Welcome back. We hope you had a great week.
We hope you enjoy episode 114 of Pointer Pack News.
First up for VBHS News, it's time to congratulate the following sophomores on being elected to Student Senate.
Aspen Cohn, Brinley Henry, Ethan Hurst, Madeline Lee,
Haley Newton, Abby Shepard, Wyatt Teague, Caden Webb, and Nate Whittington.
While clubs are meeting before and after school now, they're still there to join. Here's what you need to know right now. Junior class officers, see Mrs. Moore. VBHS National History Club, see Mrs. Dean or Mr. Belcher. Art Club and GSA, see Mrs. Holland. Cultures in Action, the CIA Club, see Mrs. Blakeney.
Like I said earlier, next week is Spirit Week. Big thing to note, no hats are allowed and everything must comply with student dress code.
Here are your themes for next week.
Monday is Adam Sandler Day, big clothes, big jerseys, and long basketball shorts.
Tuesday, Teen Beach Movies, Bikers versus Surfers.
Wednesday is Superhero Day.
Thursday, Pajama Day. Remember, school appropriate.
And Friday is Color Wars. Seniors wear white, juniors wear black, and sophomores wear green.
And go all out. It's homecoming after all.
Woo!
Hello. Welcome to sports. The football team got their first win of the season on Friday against Greenbrier. During the game, Kai Henry tied the school record for most touchdown catches at 24.
The golf team won their match against Northside and placed second in Bella Vista. Volleyball beat Alma in 3 sets on Thursday.
For this week, tennis hosted Alma on Monday, had senior night against Greenwood on Tuesday, and played at Mountain Home on Thursday.
Volleyball took on Hackett on Monday and Solid Springs on Thursday. Golf will compete in the conference tournament in Mountain Home on Wednesday.
Football takes on the Greenwood Bulldogs on Friday at Greenwood. Tomorrow, volleyball will travel to Hot Springs, and cross country will compete at Russellville.
U.S. prices, they call it inflation, have gone up 8.3% compared to last year.
So what does that look like?
Well, there's a rising cost in food, housing, and vehicles. Gas prices have been falling, but not enough to combat how much everything else has gone up.
But while some of us are suffering a bit, the new King of England is, well, rich. The royal family's total wealth is a closely guarded secret, but Charles has inherited an estimate of around $28 billion in value. The Crown Estate is an approximately $19 billion collection of assets, including shopping malls and wind farms overseen by a board of directors. The royal family's private and secretive fortune, which includes Balmoral Castle in Scotland.
And while we're talking about money, a billionaire just unbillionaired himself. Patagonia founder Yvon Chouinard transferred the ownership of the 3 billion outdoor brand to a trust and a nonprofit working to fight climate change and preserve undeveloped land, the New York Times reported.
Is to ensure that all of the company's profits, roughly $100 million per year, will be directed toward these causes. We'd love to hear it, Yvonne!
Remember COVID? The pandemic is close to past tense, officials say. The WHO's Director General said yesterday the end is in sight. As COVID deaths worldwide fell 22% last week, in the lowest number reported since we have first hunkered down in March 2020.
It's no coincidence that Xi Jinping traveled outside China for the first time since the pandemic began. He's expected to have a one-on-one with Vladimir Putin to discuss the Ukraine war.
And some not good news this week. All of Puerto Rico's power went out. Hurricane Fiona made landfall in the U.S. territory this past week, knocking out all of the island's power grid. It caused a blackout for 3.2 million residents.
Up to 25 inches of rain is expected to fall from the storm, which hit Puerto Rico nearly 5 years to the day when Hurricane Maria obliterated the island's power grid and led to almost 3,000 deaths. Our thoughts are with them. And for some final world news headlines.
The U.S. is a young country, but Congress is old and getting older.
About 25% of its lawmakers are over 70, and the average age in Congress keeps climbing, according to Insider.
The Phantom of the Opera is the longest-running Broadway show ever and will close in February.
The autumn equinox was yesterday.
So happy fall, y'all. Now on to pop culture with Carson and Eric.
First up, someone leaked GTA 6 gameplay, and we have a suspicion that it was Nathaniel B.
Yeah, do you think anyone's like, maybe this guy really is a hooligan?
Another semi tipped over carrying explicit contents. If you know, you know.
Nestor, no one wants you.
Not even the FBI.
You guys hear that? 1959. Classic.
You don't want my love, I guess I gotta move on. Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Someone tell the baby to stop making music, please.
Hey, whoa.
Yeah,
Oh,
whoa.
that's the process.
Next up, the COO of Beyond Meat bit the tip of someone's nose off after a brawl after the Arkansas football game. Not very vegan. The bit the tip got me.
Thank you guys for tuning in this week. We appreciate you watching. We'll see you next week.
Now for your weekend weather. Today looks like it'll be the coolest day this week with a high of 90 degrees. But as the sun goes down, you can expect the temperature to be in the upper 60s. With that, you can also expect some slight winds today.
Saturday will be just as hot as it has been the rest of this week, with a few clouds bringing in a small chance of rain on Sunday. Sunday evening, we'll start to see lows potentially in the 50s, indicating, cross your fingers, the beginning of fall. That's it for weather. Make sure to stay hydrated, be safe, and have a great weekend.
Thanks for tuning in. We hope you had a great week.
Have a great Friday. Drink some water, wear your seatbelt, and tell someone you love them.
This episode was brought to you by Papa John's.
What is up, everyone? This is Jeremiah, and here, from now on PPN, I'll be giving 1 minute of motivation. Don't cry over the past. It's gone. Don't let the past make you feel bad. If you're thinking of a bad flashback, don't let it bother you. Focus on what's coming in the future. When you think of the future, you're seeing all the good things coming. The bad things that you think about, they're your darkness. You can't let darkness get to you. You gotta go through it.
I hear your heartbeat to the beat of the drums. Oh, what a shame that you came here with someone. So while you're here in my arms, let's make the most of the night like we're gonna die young. We're gonna die young. We're gonna die young. Let's make the most of the night like we're gonna die young. Let's make the most of the night like we're gonna die young. Hearts out our minds, running till we out of time. Wild child's looking good, living hard just like we should. Don't care who's watching when we tearing it up. You know that magic that we got, nobody can touch. Looking for some trouble tonight. Take my hand, I'll show you the wild side. Like it's the last night of our lives. We'll keep dancing till we die. I hear your heartbeat to the beat of the drums. Oh, what a shame that you came here.
Trouble tonight. Take my hand, I'll show you the wild side. Till we come to the heartbeat to the beat of the drum. Oh, what a shame that you came with someone. So while you're here in my arms, let's make the most of the night like we're gonna die young. Dang it!
I was doing so good.
Oh, this is,
what are you doing in here?
This is
Happy fall, y'all. Happy fall, y'all. They comment.
Bunch, we know. Why did you?
Thanks for tuning in.
Oh, that was
No interception. So happy fall, y'all. No, happy fall, y'all.
I can move that fast.